Welcome to the 2-Minute Warning. I'm Francesco Terranova alongside Alec Oppenheim. Today we are going to discuss our pre-draft power rankings for the NFL. Coming in at number 10, we have the Miami Dolphins, who came up last year, very surprisingly actually, with Jay Ajayi having a great season. Although they did make the playoffs, Ryan Tannehill got injured, and with Matt Morton, they definitely could not make a run, especially with their first game being against the Steelers, who we'll see later on in these power rankings. Alec, what are your thoughts on the Dolphins coming in at number 10?
I think it's a little high, honestly. I don't really trust Tannehill. I don't really trust Matt Moore. They haven't really proven themselves. I mean, did they win their playoff game or no? They lost to the Steelers. Yeah, Ajayi he's an explosive back. He's very good with at least 200-yard games. I think they should be maybe 11 or 12, maybe even lower.
Yeah, possibly the Bills could sneak their way in there. Moving on to number 9, we have the Denver Broncos, the Super Bowl 50 champions led by Peyton Manning, who is now no longer there, and then Brock Osweiler, no longer there.
Brock Osweiler's no longer anywhere.
Yeah, definitely. But there's a few questions around this Broncos team with the quarterback situation. Paxton Lynch or Trevor Siemian definitely could lead this team, but I think the highlight is obviously the defense with T.J. Ward and Von Miller. At number 9, the past defending champs. What are your thoughts, Alec?
I think they're right around where they should be because they don't really have a quarterback right now. Like you said, Paxton Lynch and Trevor Siemian, their young quarterbacks are not really. They don't have tremendous talent like some of these other quarterbacks in the league. But there's some trade talk, some trade rumors about maybe them getting Tony Romo. I mean, that could make them skyrocket in the rankings. He could take them far in the playoffs, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Coming in at number 8, we have the Dallas Cowboys, who certainly dropped since last season, coming in at the highest at one point at number 1, passing the Patriots. Now they're sitting at around, in our opinions, number 8. That's due to a lack of trust in Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott doing what they did last year, and also one of their O-linemen retiring this year, which has been always the highlight of the Dallas Cowboys, having that O-line to run behind. You were the main factor in us putting Cowboys so far down. What are your thoughts on this?
A lot of people I know don't agree with me, but I'm not sold on Dak yet. Okay, I don't really think he has the arm strength. Sure, he can run, but a lot of it has to do with the offensive line. The same with Elliott. Elliott, I believe in him. I think he's a great running back, but again, it all has to do with that offensive line. And with Doug Free retiring after about over 10 seasons in the league, I think that they're going to take a big step back this year. But I don't know. They might go another offensive lineman in the first round again like they've been doing the past 5 years.
Yeah, it definitely could happen. Moving on to number 7, we have the Kansas City Chiefs, who quietly won their division last year, passing up the Raiders, your team there.
Okay.
Definitely a tough loss there, but they're sitting here at number 7. We'll see the Raiders later on. You also a big backer of where they are.
Okay.
The Chiefs really all around pretty good team. I don't think they'll be Super Bowl contenders, but definitely deep playoff run. But I just don't think they have all the pieces yet that they need. They don't have crazy superstars, but Tyreek Hill definitely got them boosted from where they were around last season, around 10 and 11. Alec, what are your thoughts on the Chiefs?
I think they need to find another option at quarterback. Alex Smith is on his last legs. Sure, he can run, but he's not. He's nowhere near as good as he was supposed to be. Drafted number 1 overall a couple of years back. I think they should find someone else maybe in the draft in the next few years. But right now I think they're fine. They have a good defense. They have a solid offense. They have a good running back in Spencer Ware. I think they could go to the divisional round of the AFC Championship.
Yeah, Alex Smith, definitely not a guy you think of when you talk about elite passers in the league. Moving on to number 6, we have the New York Giants, who could arguably be higher on this list with their defense, but with Eli Manning being a little bit shaky last year and the year before, not sure what you're going to get out of him this year. Alec?
I'd say more than a little bit shaky. I'm not an Eli fan. I don't like him.
Yeah, I could tell. But with the defense that they do have and the weapons on offense now signing Brandon Marshall, really the only questions sit with the running back situation along with possibly the quarterback situation. But if Eli Manning can figure it out, then all they need to worry about is the running game. And I think with their O-line, that could be somewhat of an easy fix.
They're going to draft someone this year. It's a very running back heavy draft this year. They can get maybe a 2-down guy.
Yeah.
A Cooker Fournette maybe in the 5th round. I don't know.
No, Cooker Fournette will be gone before the 5th round.
No, I mean guys like that.
Oh, okay, yeah, definitely. I was gonna say, I was like, All right, so we have coming in at number 5, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers, who the reason why I think we ultimately put them ahead of the Giants was because of the head-to-head matchups last year. The Steelers were ahead 1-0, but we were talking prior and saying how maybe the Giants could be put ahead of them with the questions that Roethlisberger is more questionable than Manning. But I think how they have the running game and the passing game with Martavius Bryant and Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, all those guys definitely have major factors on the offensive side of the ball. Their defense, a little bit shaky, not as good as the Giants, but definitely can get the job done. Alec?
Yeah, I agree. They could. These two can be flipped around however you'd like. Basically, because I think these guys are higher because of their elite offense, like you said, and I think a lot of people have left out Martavis Bryant because he was suspended this past year because of drug use, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on to number 4, we have the hottest team in football towards the end of last year, the Green Bay Packers, who led by really Jordy Nelson and Ty Montgomery there. Some great plays that they made, and Ty Montgomery being the converted wide receiver, coming in clutch with Eddie Lacy being out. Aaron Rodgers just throwing up Hail Marys and beating the Giants and showing us some horrible memories.
That made my season.
Yeah, it was definitely a rough time seeing that game. Alec, what are your thoughts on the Packers for this year?
It's not Jordy Nelson and Ty Montgomery carrying this team. It's Aaron Rodgers. He was incredible the past 6 weeks of the season. I mean, I don't know. He had 15 touchdowns to like 1 interception. I don't know. He was outstanding, as good as anyone in the league.
Yeah, he definitely came up clutch for them. Coming in at number 3, we have the defending NFC champs, the Atlanta Falcons. We did drop them from the 2 spot because of the fact that I think all of us felt like last year's season was almost like a fluke. Like they just were not as good as they could have, that they were not supposed to be, but they were better than they were on paper. Matt Ryan definitely had a season that no one could have predicted. He's always been an average quarterback, definitely not the elite one that we saw last year.
He's always been
he's always been
good,
but
great quarterback.
Just not where we saw the absolute MVP.
I think people forget how good he used to be. He had one bad season. That's really it. He's a very good quarterback. He just had a great season this year. I think he's the reason that they jumped from this high. Obviously, the quarterback's most important position. They were below 500 team, I think.
Yeah, last year. Actually.
Yeah, now they're and then they go to the NFC champions. I mean, it's the quarterback.
Yeah, definitely. Moving on to number 2, we have your team, the Raiders. Don't know if it's going to be Oakland, Las Vegas, talks of San Diego. We are not sure where the Raiders are going to be going. But the Raiders are in at number 2 with Derek Carr leading that. The only question here that we talked about prior was the running back situation. They don't have one right now.
They do not.
They do, yeah, we know. And if they don't find one, then this could definitely change here. But they're at the 2 spot right now, assuming that they will find an above-average running back. What are your thoughts on your team, the Raiders, here at number 2?
I mean, AP wants to go there, but I'm not sure that the Raiders really want to spend that kind of money on him. But also, Marshawn Lynch is interested in them, and the Raiders are interested in him. So that could work out, too. And what you're saying with Las Vegas and everything, San Antonio's also in there now. So
yeah, that's what's been added, too.
I don't know where they're going.
Moving on now is the number 1 spot. You could probably guess for the past 10 years with Bill Belichick and Tom Brady.
Try past 20.
Being in that organization, we have the Patriots. Really, they're the same team as last year with a few better guys because of their signings. So, I mean, this is kind of a no-brainer here. Anything you want to add? This is really just they're the best team in football.
Yeah, it's because the other teams want them to win. It seems like what were the Saints doing? Brandon Cooks? They're dumb.
It happens.
No, just that doesn't happen. What are they doing? Did they make a deal or something? I don't know.
Robert Kraft sliding in some money there. That's all from the 2-minute warning. I'm Francesco Terranova alongside Alec Oppenheim, and we'll see you in the next episode.